After I spent $8,000 of my own money on small gun safes, I tested the biometrics, I found deadly design flaws, I tested long-term reliability, and a couple of safes broke all by themselves. And then I probably tested over 10 small gun safes to see just how tough they really are. And with all that, these are my top gun safe picks. This is the Hornady Tripoint lockbox. Main features: in the small key only lockbox category, this Hornady Tripoint looks to be one of the better made and tougher ones. And as you can see here, there is enough space for a 1911 with an extra magazine, so this should fit about any normal handgun. Comes with a steel cable for on-the-go securement. And now onto my pry rating. The Hornady is made from 16 gauge steel, and here's a quick video on the locking latch.
And we also included the same locking mechanism used on the Hornady key lock safes. This locking mechanism completely encapsulates the bottom catches, so you must shear material instead of deforming material in order to compromise this safe.
Not bad for a simple lockbox. The Hornady Tripoint lockbox gets a 3 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. Barrel key locks are easy to pick, but in real life that's about the last thing that will happen. Most of these lockboxes sold on Amazon have cheap keys that can snap off on you. The Hornady's barrel key will be reliable for years to come, and that's what's important here. And remember this, lockpicking is for sport or perverts. The Hornady gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, pretty versatile lockbox, car, range safe, or travel safe, and it will not be affected by extreme cold or heat. This is the VaultTech VSS10i Smart Safe. Main features: 4 ways to access safe, biometric fingerprint or through VaultTech's app, number pad, or mechanical key. And there is an optional nano smart key as you can see here. The safe features an automatic opening lid, interior light, and a rechargeable battery that lasts up to 4 to 6 months. Also comes with a steel tether cord for quick securement and has 2 pre-drilled holes for permanent placement. And now onto my pry rating. The VSS10i is made from 18 gauge high carbon steel unibody construction. With its 2 locking latches and anti-pry design, even with its thinner 18 gauge steel construction, this safe is going to be a problem to pry into. These are well made and designed little safes. The VSS10i gets a 5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. The biometrics pass both my wet and powder tests as you can see here. The biometrics open in just 1 second flat. You also have the number pad and key backup. The VaultTech VSS10i gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, my VaultTech VS20i has been 100% reliable. You can count on this brand to open when you need it to. This is the Sentry Biometric Gun Safe. Main features: it's built super damn tough, taking over 23 minutes of full force pry attack with stage 3 tools. Not in a million years did I ever think it would be this tough, just with one locking latch. The Sentry Safe features a gas strut to help lift and lower that heavy steel lid. Enter the safe with either the biometrics, electronic number pad, or mechanical key. And now onto my pry rating. Take a look at just how much damage this way under $200 safe took. This little safe gives you real pry protection. I have the full pry test on my channel if you wanted to see just how tough this safe is. The Sentry Safe earns a 4 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. I tested my Sentry Safe for over 3 years without any issues, and even though it took a lot of damage, it still registers my fingerprint to this day as you can see here. The biometrics are also more secure than my $300 VaultTech, and it passed my wet and powder tests. What's not to like here? The Sentry Safe earns a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, I would say this is more than just a gun locker. It's truly a tiny safe. Sentry is my top budget brand. This is the Hornady Dual Lid lockbox. Main features: the Hornady features 2 separate lockable compartments. The first compartment can carry most full-size handguns, as you can see here with the 1911. The second compartment is good for magazines or ammo storage, or maybe a Macro 9. Comes with a steel security cable for on-the-go securement. The Hornady is also TSA approved. And now onto my pry rating. I normally wouldn't rate a lockbox, but with 16 gauge steel construction, this won't be the easiest lockbox to pry open. From my experience with Hornady safes, they make a tough product. The Hornady lockbox gets a 2.5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. I'm more concerned with reliability, more so than the low odds of someone lockpicking any safe. The barrel key will be 100% reliable for quick entry, and that's what I care about here. Because in real life, lockpicking is for perverts. The Hornady gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, pretty versatile lockbox, car, range safe, and a great travel locker. It can do it all. This is Viking Security's biometric multi-gun safe. Main features: the Viking Safe features a 500 dpi optical sensor. You can store up to 32 fingerprints, 2 motorized 20mm steel deadbolts, and a 5mm steel door. And now onto my pry rating. Laser cut door should give you good protection from pry tools. From tests of other small safes and the build and design of this safe, I believe this would be tougher than the Sentry Safe as you see here. The Viking Safe gets a 4.5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. 3 ways to enter: biometric fingerprint, number pad, or mechanical key. From what I can see from the biometrics and my test of similar biometric sensors on other brands, the biometrics should perform well for the price range. I will give the Viking Safe a 3 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, I'm more concerned with reliable quick access when you need your gun, or low-skilled pry attacks, things that happen in real life, but the safe can be easily picked with the right tools. The odds a thief has this tool are about 0. This is Fort Knox push button shotgun safe. Main features: Fort Knox are my go-to safe if my life is on the line. The simplex push button cobble lock is not cheap all by itself, as you can see here, but when you combine that with a 12 gauge steel body and a massive steel bolt, you have a tank for security. And as always with simplex locks, no batteries or electronics to worry about. And now onto my pry rating. I've tried to pry into my Fort Knox PB1. The design alone is preventing any pry points. I would need an angle grinder for any hope to enter this safe. I base my tier rating systems on how Fort Knox safes are made and designed. The safe gets a 5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. If my life is on the line and you have to lock your defensive shotgun in a safe, the simplex push button lock is the lock you want for reliable quick access. Out of all the safes I tested, Fort Knox is my personal bedside safe. The simplex push button lock is fast and easy to use and just going to work. Fort Knox gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought: Fort Knox also make great vehicle safes. Neither extreme cold or heat will affect the safe, as there are no electronics or batteries to worry about. This is the Hornady Rapid Clock Safe. Main features: there is nothing better than hidden in plain sight. This Hornady Rapid Clock Safe features quick access with either the RFID wristband, RFID key fobs, or with these decals you can stick onto your smartphone. You can also access the safe with the electronic NAR pad or mechanical key. The spring-assisted door quickly slides out to a padded interior, powered by either AC or battery power. Also features 2 USB ports, plus comes with a steel security cable for on-the-go securement. And now onto my pry rating. 14 gauge steel construction with 2 hardened steel latches. And from the 2 Hornady safes I've tested, Hornady makes tough safes. The Hornady Rapid Clock Safe gets a 3.5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. With my 2 Hornady Rapid safes that I've owned and tested for over 3 years, none have had one issue. The Rapid RFID cards work fast, but you also have the number pad or key for entry. The Hornady Rapid Clock Safe gets a 4 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought: hidden in plain sight is the way to go with small gun safes. This is the perfect nightstand safe. This is the Fort Knox multi-pistol box safe. Main features: its first main feature is made in the USA with a limited lifetime warranty. You won't find this on the Chinese-made safes that litter all over Amazon. Fort Knox uses the simplex push-button lock. This is the best mechanical lock you can get in the small safe category, in my opinion. And now onto my pry rating. I try to pry into my personal little tank, as you can see with this Fort Knox PB1 model. In the category of small quick access safes, I base my top tier pry rating system thanks to how well the Fort Knox safes are designed and made. This Fort Knox pistol box safe gets a 5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. If my life is on the line and I have to lock my defensive gun in a safe, this is the lock mechanism you want for reliable quick access. The simplex push button lock is fast and easy to use. The Fort Knox safe gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought: it's not cheap, but it's going to last a lifetime and it's going to work when you need it to. There really is no other choice. This is the Amazon Basics Hidden Book Lockbox. Main features: there's no better protection than hidden in plain sight. The interior body is made from a thin steel and comes with 2 keys that locks down one locking latch, as you can see here. And here is my fitment guide. Here's the quick fitment guide. Let's start off with the Makarov. The Makarov fits in there easy, no problems. Let's move over to the Nickelback of firearms, the XD9. Watch this little lip down here, and there you go. Easy fit, no problems. Now, E-tube. This is an Airsoft 1911, as you see there. No problems. Now let's move over to the big boy. This is a Glock 21. Let's see if we get in there. Just remember that lip right there. Put down that lip. There you go. Not a bad budget option. Thanks Jeff Bezos for the Book of Death. This is V-Line's Brute XD push-button gun safe. Main features: this one is thick, constructed of rugged 10-gauge steel with an overlapping lid, making it virtually pry-proof when bolted down to a secure surface. Has a gas strut to help lift and lower that heavy steel lid, and the best lock in the small safe industry, that being the simplex Kaba push-button lock. And now onto my pry rating. From my test on similar safes like you see here with my Fort Knox, with its own very pry-resistant design, the Brute XD takes it to another level with its 100% overlapping design. If you need more protection than a Fort Knox or Viking Safe, this is the one. The V-Line Brute XD gets a 6 out of 5 pry rating. It just broke my rating system. Now my quick access rating. The simplex lock that is also made in the US is not cheap all by itself. They are easy to reprogram and even easier to use. This is the lock I use for my personal quick access gun safe, with no batteries or electronics to think about, and even better with no keyhole to pick open. It's truly lockpicking lawyer proof. The V-Line Brute XD gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought: all V-Line push button safes make perfect vehicle safes. With no electronics or batteries to worry about, neither extreme hot or cold will affect these safes. You really can't beat a mechanical gun safe. This is the Barska biometric rifle locker. Main features: 2 ways of entry, biometric fingerprint or mechanical key. Storage can be tight for more than just a couple ARs, as you can see here. Barska does feature 3 steel locking bolts. If the internal battery dies, you can externally power the locker with this included battery jumper pack. There is 3 other sizes of this locker to choose from, as you can see here. Now onto my pry rating. This is a gun locker with 3 steel bolts. Probably will give you a few minutes of pry protection. The Barska gets a 2 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. Biometrics do work well, but are easily biohacked. You can find these tests on my channel, and the barrel key lock can be picked with a certain type of marker. So if your kid is the lockpicking lawyer, skip this light duty locker. But it passed my wet and powder test. The Barska gets a 4 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, I bought this locker on August 28th, 2022. It's been a reliable locker with no issues. This is the Hornady Rapid AR gun locker. Main features: 16 gauge steel construction with 4 hardened steel locking latches, and comes with a security cable for on-the-go securement, 3 ways of entry: RFID card, number pad, or mechanical key. The safe can be powered by battery or permanent AC outlet, and there are pre-drilled mounting holes for permanent horizontal or vertical mounting. You can choose between a 2 or 3 rifle locker. This locker is perfect for most ARs or AKs, as you can see here. And now onto my price rating. The AR locker features 4 hardened steel latches with 16 gauge steel construction and comes in at 53 pounds. It would not be a fun day for a pry attack. The Hornady gets a 4 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. I have owned my own AR gun locker for over 3 years. I have not had any issues with it. Now the biggest problem is the barrel key lock. You can pick this lock with a very specific type of marker or use an auto tool. If that is a problem for you, you can easily replace the lock as I did with my AR gun locker. When it comes to the electronics, the RFID cards and electronic number pad, they have all worked reliably. The Hornady gets a 4 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, in real life I'm more worried about low skill pry attacks. I test to make sure you can get your weapon out reliably, and lock picking is mostly for perverts. This is the Gardall fireproof safe. Main features: Gardall makes pro-grade safes, and this is the toughest small mechanical key safe I've found yet, and it is rated for 1 hour fire protection with temperatures up to 1700 degrees. Can be bolted down and comes in at 60 pounds. And now onto my pry rating. It's a Gardall, so it's built like a tank with 2 solid steel bolts, and from my experience prying open little safes, I'd probably avoid pry tools and go straight to the angle grinder for this one. It's truly in another league. The Gardall gets a 5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. I like simple safes, and the Gardall comes with a proprietary key lock. The Gardall gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, it's not cheap, but it's simple, going to last forever, and has fire protection. Can't really go wrong with the Gardall. This is the Sentry Safe. Main features: this safe is built super damn tough, as you can see with my pry test on the biometric version. This version of the Sentry Safe entry is with either number pad or mechanical key. Sentry makes 4 different versions of the safe. One model even features a quick attachment steel cable and carry handle. Sentry is my top budget pick. They are reliable and super tough. And for the price, no other small safe brand can compare. And now onto my pry rating. My Sentry Safe surprised me on just how tough it was. It took a lot of force, time, and stage 3 pry tools to even enter this little safe. Look at the damage from 23 minutes of a full force pry attack. It's truly a little tank. The Sentry Safe earns a 4 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. Entry is with the electronic number pad or mechanical key. I tested my Sentry Safe for over 3 years without any issues. These are reliable little tanks you can trust to work when you need them to. The Sentry Safe gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, if you are on a budget and need a tough little gun safe, this is the one to get. This is Sentry's fire-rated multi-pistol safe. Main features: if you need a safe with fire and water protection, the Sentry Safe is UL classified for fire for up to 1 hour at 1700 degrees, and is ETL verified for water resistance up to 5 inches for 24 hours. And now onto my pry rating. The Sentry Safe has 3 1-inch hardened steel bolts that should give you some pry protection. Sentry makes tough safes. Out of the 10 safes I pry tested, Sentry was by far the hardest budget brand to pry into, as you can see here. And from the build of this safe, I will give the Sentry Safe a 4 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. At the end of the day, I like mechanical locks, and the Sentry Safe has 2. I would use the dial lock for convenience and the key for emergency quick access. The Sentry Safe gets a 5 out of 5 rating. Final thought, if you need storage for a few pistols and need fire, water, and a little pry protection, the Sentry Safe is a good option. This is the Fortress modular gun cabinet. Main features: this is a hard to find simple gun locker with key only access. The Fortress features a 6-way locking system to secure the door, welded steel body construction, full-length piano hinge, and steel locking mechanism, double-bitted key with drill-proof cylinder lock. And you can secure the cabinet with pre-drilled mounting holes and comes with all mounting hardware. And now onto my pry rating. With its 6-way locking system to secure the top of the door, bottom, and side, giving you a little bit more pry protection, Fortress gets a 3 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. Really can't beat a simple keyed locker, not much to go wrong here. The Fortress gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, I like lockers with a quality mechanical key. This locker is a damn unicorn. This is the VaultTech Pro VE gun safe. Main features: the Pro VE is VaultTech's toughest small safe. With 14 gauge carbon steel construction, this is the thickest gauge of steel VaultTech offers in this class. Features auto opening lid, rechargeable battery that lasts up to 4 to 6 months. Also includes a steel security cable for on-the-go securement and 2 pre-drilled holes for permanent placement. And now onto my pry rating. With 14 gauge steel and 2 steel locking latches, and with VaultTech's anti-pry design, this safe is a prying nightmare. If the Sentry Safe with 1 locking latch took 23 minutes with stage 3 pry tools, you are going to want to skip the pry tools altogether together for the VaultTech Pro VE. The VaultTech Pro VE gets a 5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. The Pro VE is a simple electronic safe. You can quickly enter the safe with either the number pad or good old-fashioned mechanical key. With my personal VaultTech safe has been 100% reliable for over 3 years, and I expect nothing less from any VaultTech safe. The VaultTech Pro VE gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, if you want the toughest small electronic safe, the Pro VE is your only choice. This is just a cheap 5-rifle locker. Main features: 2 ways of entry, electronic number pad or mechanical key, 16-gauge steel construction with 5 steel bolts. There is storage for 5 AKs or ARs as you can see here. Usually you can fit 2 ARs with a magazine, and the other 3 ARs will only fit with no magazines attached, and also features a lockable storage cabinet as you can see here. And now onto my pry rating. This is what I like to think is a slightly fortified gun locker with 5 steel bolts. This rifle locker gets a 3 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. With just a simple electronic number pad or mechanical key backup, this locker looks just like my RPMB, and the RPMB is still running fine after 3 years. I will give this the same score as the RPMB. This locker gets a 4 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, it's cheap but serves its purpose. This is the keep honest people honest locker with a few minutes of pry protection. This is the budget biometric Awesafe. Main features: I wanted to hate this Awesafe, but my biometrics worked 100% even after 2 years. But there was a recall as some Awesafe's biometrics were just letting any fingerprint in. But I guess they fixed this problem and now they're back. There are better safes without biometrics, but if you have to have a biometric budget safe, then I guess the Awesafe will do the trick. And now onto my pry rating. They say a pry resistant lid, and that's not exactly true, but surprisingly it took 3 minutes and 82 seconds with stage 3 tools. Not bad for its price. The Awesafe gets a 3 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. This was the fastest to open biometric safe I tested with just 0.4 of a second to open. And the biometrics performed okay on my wet and powder test. And even after a couple years of trouble-free use, there was also no battery drain issues, like I have had on other budget brands. The Awesafe gets a 3.5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, for around $100, it performed well. But then again, don't be surprised by any recalls. This is the Hornady Rapid Gun Safe. Main features: 3 ways of entry. First is with the RFID cards or RFID wristband. You can also access the safe with the electronic number pad or mechanical key. And as you can see here, there are 3 different sizes to choose from, and all feature a strong automatic opening lid, and come with a steel security cable for on-the-go securement. There are also pre-drilled holes for permanent mounting. You can power the Hornady safes with permanent AC or battery power, or just use the mechanical key. And now onto my pry rating. From the 2 Hornady safes I bought and tested now over 3 years ago, they are well built with 14-gauge steel construction and hardened steel latches. I also performed a hardness test as you can see here on the latches of my AR gun locker, and they are hardened steel. From the build of these safes, I will give the Hornady Rapid safes a 4 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. My Hornady safes have been 100% reliable, the RFID systems work great, and you have the number pad or key for backup. The Hornady gets a 4 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, Hornady safe's biggest weakness is the barrel key lock. But in real life, I'm more worried about reliably getting my handgun from a locked box, or pry attacks that do happen in real life. But I was easily able to replace the lock on my Hornady gun locker, and now the lockpicking perverts are no longer interested in my safe. This is the King Knox PB1 multi-gun safe. Main features: when I lock my gun in a little tank of a safe, I want to know I can get it out. That's why I'm 100% sold on the Kaba Simplex push button lock. And it's not cheap all by itself as you can see here. Plus Knox has a lifetime warranty and are made in the USA. And now onto my pry rating. I tried to pry into this little tank, and as you can see here with my PB1 model, I can tell you this, my pry tools are pretty much useless. Even if I could get some pry leverage, you're now dealing with thick 10-gauge steel and this massive steel bolt. I base my top tier rating system on how Knox safes are designed and built. The Knox gets a 5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. If my life is on the line, I don't want batteries or electronics to worry about. I want a 100% mechanical safe, and that's why my Knox is my personal bedside safe. The push button lock is fast and easy to use, and it's just going to work for years to come. The Knox earns a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, Knox safes are my go-to vehicle safes. Neither extreme cold or heat will affect these little tanks. This is Verifi's biometric gun safe. Main features: Verifi safes feature a self-diagnostic test every 24 hours or after every use. There's also an open door alarm, battery meter, tamper alerts, and data log. Automatic opening and locking door, interior light, fully carpeted interior, 4-year battery life, and the best biometrics I tested out of all major safe brands. This is one of the few biometric safes with true vein detection. I will cover this in my quick access rating. And now onto my pry rating. The Verifi safe has an 8-gauge steel door and 14-gauge steel body with 2 steel deadbolts. From my test of other safes and with the build and design of this safe, I believe the Verifi safe would put up a fight above the Sentry Safe you see here, but not as strong as a Knox. The Verifi gets a 4.5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. Verifi safes feature an FBI rated fingerprint sensor made by Zydeco Biometrics. In my biometric test, it easily passed my wet and powder test, and it was one of the hardest safes to biohack. With this test, I made a print from fabric glue of my fingerprint. Most biometric safes open with a fresh glue print only, but I had to add graphite to the glue to finally hack into the Verifi's biometrics. Now with my vein detection test, I cannot hack into the Verifi Safe with a glue print placed on a glove as you can see here. This is vein detection in action. And the Verifi Safe was the only brand to pass this test. The Verifi Safe gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. It earned this one. Final thought, I own 2 Verifi Safes that have performed flawlessly for over 3 years. These are quality safes that I put my trust into. This is Viking Security Biometric Gun Safe. Main features. This Viking Safe features a 500 dpi optical sensor with the ability to store up to 32 fingerprints, 2 motorized 20mm steel deadbolts, 5mm thick steel door with 2 gas struts to help lift and lower that heavy steel lid. And now onto my pry rating. Laser cut lid should give you good protection from inserting pry tools. From my tests on other small safes and the build and design of this safe, I believe this would even be tougher than the Sentry Safe you see here. The Viking Safe gets a 4.5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. The biometrics look similar to other safes I tested. They will perform well under normal operation. You also have a number pad and mechanical key entry. The Viking Safe gets a 3 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, the safe comes with a prong cross key. You can buy a tool to enter these locks. Very low odds anyone has this tool though, but the more you know. This is the Secured 40 gun locker. Main features, if you want a reliable gun locker that will last more than a few years, then the Secured 40 is the one for the job. I've had my Secured locker for over 3 years and have never had one issue. And if you also need a portable gun locker for your vehicle, the Secured has pre-drilled holes for permanent mounting and comes in at just 33 pounds. And now onto my pry rating. The Secured 40 has one locking latch and 2 smaller bolts at either end of the door as you can see here. The Secured gets a 3.5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. The simple electronic keypad works great and have not had any battery drain issues with the Secured locker. There is a barrel key for the mechanical lock, not the best, but this is a light duty locker. The Secured gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, this is a quality made locker. This is one that I wouldn't be surprised working in 10 years. This is Viking Security Multi-Gun Safe. Main features, no keys, no batteries to worry about, and the best mechanical push button lock for quick reliable access. The Kabba simplex lock is not cheap all by itself, as you can see here. With Viking, you also get interior LED light. The Viking Safe also comes in many other configurations, as you can see here. And now onto my pry rating. The Viking Safe is built tough with a 5mm door. The door is also laser cut. This makes for a smaller gap that is harder to insert pry tools. Also features a 40mm steel deadbolt. This is a 27-pound tank of a small safe. In my pry testing of other safes, this is up there with the Fort Knox. These are next level small safes with massive pry protection. The Viking Safe gets a 5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. The most important thing you need when you place your gun in a tank of a little safe is knowing you can get it out quickly and reliably. And with this push button lock, you can 100% get in when you need to. This is my standard lock for quick access. The Viking Safe gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, for the price, they are the best bang for the buck. You really can't beat a mechanical safe. This is VaultTech's LifePod 2.0 gun case. Main features, this is the best portable gun case you can buy. Access is with either touch-sensitive LED backlit, keypad, or mechanical key. You can store a full-size handgun with accessories as you can see here. Features a removable interior tray for stackable storage. Also has an interior LED light and comes with a steel security cable for quick securement. LifePod is weather resistant, airtight, dust-proof, floats, and is TSA compliant. Now onto my pry rating. This is a portable gun case. All it needs is good basic pry protection, and you get that with VaultTech's anti-impact latch as you see here. The LifePod is also drop tested. The VaultTech LifePod gets a 2.5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. My personal VaultTech safe passed all my most important tests, and with years of 100% reliability, you can't go wrong with VaultTech's number pad or mechanical key. There is also an optional anti-picking feature that can be enabled to prevent lockpicking. This is my go-to electronic safe brand. The VaultTech LifePod gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, if you need a trusted weatherproof gun case that will last and work when you need it to, there are none better than VaultTech. This is the Care 10-12 rifle locker. Main features, this is just a cheap locker if you need some quick space. Just note you will need to assemble this cabinet like an IKEA dresser. The main storage area is accessed with either a digital number pad or mechanical key. The top box is perfect for ammo or pistol storage, also includes 3 adjustable rifle racks, LED interior light, and an external jumper box in case your internal batteries die. And now onto my pry rating. This is a super light built cabinet, but you do get 4 small locking bolts on the main door. This part of the cabinet gets a 2 out of 5 pry rating, and the top storage box with a 1 locking latch gets a 1 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. On cheaper lockers, always keep the mechanical key on hand. Never put 100% trust in electronics. The Care gets a 2 out of 5 quick access rating. If you use the key, it's a 5 out of 5 rating. Just saying. Final thought, it's cheap and serves the keeps the kids out problem. This is VaultTech's VS20 Smart Safe. Main features. If you want a smart safe without the biometric fingerprint scanner, but still want a smart safe, then this is your VaultTech. Enter through number pad or mechanical key, or through VaultTech Smart app. Automatic opening lid with interior light, rechargeable battery lasts up to 4 to 6 months. Also comes with a steel security cable for fast securement. There are also 2 pre-drilled holes for permanent mounting. And now onto my pry rating. The VS20 is made from 16-gauge high carbon steel unibody. You won't find any welds on VaultTech safes, and this safe features 2 locking latches, which makes them that much tougher. Here is the build conch. This safe is the dollar store version of a VaultTech, but with a similar design with two latches. When I pried into the built conch, the latches never let go. I had to pry the latches away from the sheet metal lid, as you can see here. Now back to the VaultTech. The VaultTech is designed with anti-pry protection and way stronger materials. The VS20 gets a 5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. My personal VaultTech safe works every time, even after 3 years of hard tests. You can't go wrong with the VaultTech's number, pad, or key to enter the safe, and you can also use the app that works great. But if my life is on the line, it's either key or number pad first for me. The VaultTech gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, my VaultTech VS20i has performed flawlessly over 3 years I've owned it. If you want a smart safe with a great working app and save some money without the biometrics, the VS20 is a great option. This is the Care Massive Gun Cabinet. Main features: this is the ultimate cheap way to lock up 15 to 12 rifles, with storage for pistols, ammo, and all your accessories. This locker comes with 3 removable gun racks, 3 pistol pouches, magnetic lamp, and lockable drawer. Just a quick note, this is a cabinet you have to self-assemble. And now onto my pry rating. This is a super light built cabinet just to keep the kids out. This whole unit gets a 2 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. On cheaper lockers, always keep the mechanical key ready. Never put 100% trust in electronics. The Care gets a 2 out of 5 quick access rating. If you use the key, it's a 5 out of 5 rating. Final thought, this is better than just keeping your rifle on the wall option, and some states by law require firearms to be secured. This is Hornady's shotgun wall safe. Main features: the shotgun wall safe packs a punch, as you can see here. You can quickly access the safe with the included RFID wristband, 2 RFID stickers, or the RFID key fob, electronic number pad, or key backup. This wall safe only works with shotguns that have the ejection port on the side, for example the Mossberg 600. And remember, you can get extra security by hiding your shotgun in plain sight with the setup I have here. And now onto my pry rating. From the 2 Hornady safes I bought and tested, they are well built with hardened steel latches and 14 gauge steel construction. And from the build of the safe with 2 hardened latches, yes, I did do a hardness test on these latches and they are hardened steel. I give the Hornady wall safe a 3.5 out of 5 pry rating. It's way tougher than the wall it's mounted to, unless your wall is made from concrete. Now my quick access rating. The only issue that may be a problem for some is the barrel key that can be easily picked. You can replace these locks with better quality ones if you are so inclined to, as I did with my AR locker, as you can see here. Besides that, the quick access RFID works well and has been reliable. The Hornady gets a 4 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, my 2 Rapid Hornady safes have been reliable for over 3 years. Just wish they had better keyed locks. This is the Verifi Biometric Rifle Safe. Main features: the Verifi Safe features a self-diagnostic test every 24 hours or after every use. There's also an open door alarm, battery meter, tamper alerts, and data log. Automatic opening and locking door. Also comes with adjustable shelves and includes 5 padded barrel holders, designed to fit 2 ARs or AK type rifles with magazines attached. Adjustable interior light, and the best biometrics I tested out of all major safe brands. And now onto my pry rating. This looks to be a stronger rifle locker than most in its class, say compared to this R.P style rifle lockers you see here. With concealed hinges and recessed door that helps protect against pry attacks, the Verifi Safe gets a 4 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. Verifi Safes feature an FBI rated touch chips TC-S1 fingerprint sensor, and my biometric test is easily passed my wet and powder test. It was also the hardest safe to biohack. You can see these advanced biometric tests on my channel. The Verifi Safe gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, I have owned 2 Verifi Safes that have performed flawlessly over 3 years. These are quality safes that I put my trust into. This is Viking's Biometric Gun Safe. Main features: the Viking Safe has one of the best biometric sensors in its price class. I will go into this more with my quick access rating. You can also enter the safe with its backlit number pad, and the backlight also functions as a battery level indicator, LED interior light with pre-drilled holes for permanent placement. And now onto my pry rating. The build of this safe looks similar to the Awesafe I pry tested here. The Awesafe is slightly tougher in my opinion. The Viking has one single locking latch, and that latch is smaller than what is found on the Awesafe. The Viking gets a 2.5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. This may not be the toughest safe locker, but it will work when you need it to. I have extensively tested its FBI rated biometric sensor, and it easily passed all my tests. This is the same biometric sensor found on my Verifi safes I tested here, and you can use the number pad or mechanical key as a backup. The Viking Safe gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, this is one of the most trusted biometric safe lockers you can get for under $200. It's not the toughest, but it's going to work when you need it to. This is the Stackon gun locker. Main features: this is a good old-fashioned mechanical keyed locker with 2 removable shelves and comes in at 26 pounds. And now onto my pry rating. You really want me to rate a gun locker, okay? But funny enough, the Stackon's latch, as you see here, does actually look tougher than the R.P I pry tested. That took only 8 seconds to pry open with a flathead screwdriver. I believe the Stackon would fall closer to the Awesafe safe that took 1 minute and 8 seconds to pry open. The Stackon gets a 2 out of 5 pry rating. It will keep the kids out, and that's what it's made for. Now onto my quick access rating. Nothing is more simple than a key. No batteries or electronics to worry about. The Stackon gun locker gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, a lot of my cells are just basic lockers like this. A simple key locker is a reliable way to get your firearm, with no codes to forget about, no batteries to die, or electronics to go out. This is the Viking Security Biometric Multi-Level Gun Safe. Main features: this is a tough biometric safe with 3 adjustable or removable shelves, 500 dpi optical biometric sensor that can store up to 32 fingerprints. And now onto my prior rating. The Viking Safe is built tough with a 5mm thick laser cut steel door, 2 motorized 20mm steel deadbolts that lock into 2 insert slots as you can see here. With this model's larger size, there may be more flex in the door. The Viking Safe gets a 4 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. The biometrics look similar to other safes I tested. They will perform well under normal operation. You also have a number pad and mechanical key entry. The Viking Safe gets a 3 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, the safe comes with a prong cross key. You can buy a tool to enter these locks. Very low odds anyone has this tool though, but the more you know. This is the Stealth Shadow SV1 gun safe. Main features: this is the most secure gun safe you can buy, even more secure than a Fort Knox, Feline, or even Viking safe, and here is why. The Stealth Shadow features a UL-approved S&G Spartan electronics deadbolt. This thing is even EMP rated. S&G locks are the type of electronics found on bigger safes. You won't find this on any other small safes. The Stealth safe features a super thick 7-gauge steel lid, 10-gauge steel body with a gas strut to help lift that heavy lid, foam interior with space for 2 full-size pistols. And now onto my pry rating. With the 7-gauge steel lid and steel deadbolt, the Stealth Safe is on another level of protection. Even a skilled attacker is going to have major problems with this little safe. If you need the best of the best, this is it. The SV1 gets a 6 out of 5 rating. It just broke my rating system. Now my quick access rating. The UL listed S&G electronic lock is simply the best you can find in the small safe category. Just simply input your code and twist the dial and you're in. The Shadow Vault SV1 gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, the Shadow SV1 is the most secure small gun safe you can find. This would be my go-to storage option, but also a great quick access bedside safe. It's a tank. This is the Hornady Rapid RFID vehicle locker. Main features: this Hornady locker easily mounts between your car seat and console, then pumps up for a secure fit. Access is with Hornady's RFID wristband, RFID key fob, or the stick-on type cards, as you can see here on my smartphone. Made to secure your duty size or smaller handguns, and also comes with a steel security cable for on-the-go securement. The Hornady can be powered by batteries, but also can be powered by your vehicle's 12-volt system with a power adapter. And now onto my pry rating. From its 14-gauge steel construction and 2 locking latches, this Hornady should give you good pry protection. The Hornady Rapid Vehicle Safe gets a 3.5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. With my 2 Rapid safes I've owned for over 3 years, I've come to trust the RFID quick access. You can also gain entry with the electronic number pad or key backup. The Hornady gets a 4 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, this may not fit all vehicles, so make sure to take a look at your vehicle's seat and console for fitment. This is Sherlock's multi-gun locker. Main features: this is just a pure simple gun locker that features 5 neoprene covered handgun slots with a top shelf for magazine or ammo storage. Garage style door opens and slides into the cabinet. And now onto my pry rating. This is a true gun locker with 2 small rod bolts, as you can see here, with 19-gauge steel construction. The Sherlock gets a 1.5 out of 5 pry rating. Keeps the kids out, and that's what it was made for. Now my quick access rating. The Sherlock is accessed with a mechanical key. If your life is on the line and you need a trusted quick access locker, this is the one. The Sherlock gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, it's really hard to find true gun lockers with key only access that are also well made. I'm sure glad I found this one. This is the VaultTech RS Smart Safe. Main features: it's not cheap, but if you need the toughest but lightest rifle safe you can find, this is the perfect safe for you. 5 ways to enter the safe: biometric, smart app, nano key, number pad, or mechanical key. With VaultTech's Wi-Fi connectivity, you can view live safe data and receive instant alerts for safe activity right to your phone. Manage and monitor your safe remotely from your Wi-Fi app or online web dashboard. View battery levels, history log, interior temperature, plus humidity. Be alerted anywhere for tampering, impacts, or when the safe has been opened. Comes with rechargeable lithium battery with a permanent AC power adapter, modular interior lighting, high-density twin pistol rack with storage up to 8 rifles. There are also pre-drilled holes for permanent placement. And now onto my pry rating. The VaultTech RS is made from 14-gauge steel construction and uses VaultTech's exclusive metal forming techniques, 4 solid steel locking bolts, anti-pry bars, rugged interior hinges, and with instant impact alerts, the VaultTech RS gets a 5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. There are a lot of ways to gain access into the safe, and with the testing my personal VaultTech VSS20i, it easily passed all my wet and powder tests, and only took 1 second to open with the biometrics. VaultTech is a brand you can trust to open when you need it to. The VaultTech RS gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, the safe comes in at just 124 pounds. Other safes of similar size weigh 500 pounds up. If you need a tough rifle safe for the second story of your home, this is the one. This is V-Line's tactical weapon locker. Main features: this is my go-to vehicle safe with 12-gauge steel body and a 14-gauge steel lid, and also includes a moly panel board that allows you to attach and securely hold many different types of gear and firearms. Also includes 2 gas struts to help assist opening and closing that heavy steel lid. And now onto my pry rating. The safe has 3 locking points. First is with the simplex push button lock. This is your quick access option, but if you need more protection, this V-line safe has 2 mechanical locking points at either end of the safe, as you can see here. This will be a bad day for a pry attack. The V-line safe gets a 5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. This is my go-to quick access lock. No electronics or batteries to worry about. The simplex push button lock is going to work 100% when you need it to. The V-line gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought. The safe is the perfect vehicle safe as neither cold or heat will affect this safe. Mechanical safes are truly the best vehicle option. This is MaxSafe's Biometric Safe Locker. Main features. For the money, MaxSafe makes one of the better biometric safe lockers you can buy. The MaxSafe comes with a steel security cable for easy securement, or has 4 pre-drilled holes for permanent placement, interior LED light, automatic opening lid, an emergency inlet in case your batteries die, or you could just use the mechanical key as it always works. Now onto my pry rating. The MaxSafe is made from 16 gauge carbon steel, has 1 locking latch as you can see here, and from my pry test of 10 other similar safes in this class, the MaxSafe looks most comparable to the Awesafe I tested here. It should put up a little fight with pry tools for a few minutes. The MaxSafe gets a 3 out of 5 pry rating. Now onto my quick access rating. MaxSafe says this safe features a vein recognition sensor, and if it's half as good as Verifi's or Viking Safe's vein recognition biometric sensors, it should be a good performer. And you also have the number pad and trusted reliable mechanical key as well. The MaxSafe gets a 4 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, this is the best biometric safe under the $150 class of small safe lockers you can buy by a long shot. This is VaultTech's MXE multi-pistol safe. Main features: automatic opening door, rechargeable lithium battery, when fully charged will last up to 3 months with a proximity sensor that illuminates the keypad in low light situations. Also features interior LED lighting, high density twin pistol rack, and storage for up to 8 handguns. Also comes with mounting hardware for permanent placement. And now onto my pry rating. From the build of my VaultTech VSS20i as you see here, and with my pry test of 10 safes in the small safe category, with the MXE's weldless progressively forming 14 gauge steel body and thick 12 gauge steel door, anti-pry bar, and dual anti-impact latches, VaultTech makes tough safes. I would say even way tougher than the Sentry Safe you see here, and that was a pain in the ass to pry open. You're going to need an angle grinder and time for this one. The VaultTech gets my highest rating of 5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. With the MXE, access is with either number pad or mechanical key. This is a trusted brand and it's just going to work when you need it to. The VaultTech MXE gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thoughts. The MXE keeps it simple and the price down without sacrificing toughness. This is V-Line's push-button gun safe. Main features: this V-Line safe has enough room for a 1911 or 2 compact handguns as you can see here. This safe is my standard for 100% quick access, and that is thanks to its mechanical simplex push-button lock. Made from 16 gauge steel with pry-resistant clamshell lid that extends completely over the sides of the safe. Also has 4 pre-drilled mounting holes for permanent placement. V-Line safes are made in the USA. And now onto my pry rating. It may only be 16 gauge steel, but with V-Line's clamshell design and continuous hinge, and when bolted down, the V-Line is pretty much pry attack proof. The V-Line gets a 5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. The simplex lock is also made in the USA and it's not cheap all by itself. Simplex locks are easy to reprogram and even easier to use. This is the lock I use for my personal quick access gun safe. With no batteries or electronics to worry about, and even better, no keyhole to pick open, these push button locks simply can't be beat. The V-Line gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, I've had my V-Line safe for over 3 years, and after spending $8,000 on different small safes, which ones do I believe will still be working in 50 years, this V-Line would be one of those safes. This is the V-Line Hideaway Safe. Main features: the Hideaway Safe is the perfect under-desk safe as you can see here. It features the best quick access lock, and that is the simplex push button lock. This is my top choice for 100% reliable quick access, and with the pull-out shelf you can easily store 2 handguns as you can see here. And now onto my pry rating. V-Line safes are well designed and make for a hard to pry open safe. And for my destructive pry test of 10 safes in this small safe category, I give the V-Line Hideaway Safe a 5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. The simplex combo lock is not cheap all by itself as you can see here. With no batteries or electronics to worry about, just a proven mechanical lock that's going to work 100% when you need it to. The V-Line safe gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, the safe is made in the USA. If your life is on the line, this is the brand you want. This is V-Line's heavy-duty slideway gun safe. Main features: this V-Line safe is the toughest slide-out safe you can buy from any brand. Made from a thick 12-gauge steel body that gives you great pry protection. The V-Line safe comes standard with all mounting brackets that allow for the safe to be mounted on top or underneath secure surfaces as you can see here. The drawer is large enough to hold an iPad tablet or 2 1911 pistols with extra room for magazines. And now onto my pry rating. With 12-gauge steel construction and from my experience from destructive pry testing over 10 safes, and here I'm prying into a Sentry Safe. The Sentry Safe took 23 minutes with level 3 pry tools to pry open with a 4 out of 5 pry rating. And I believe this V-line safe with its thick steel and great design would be even tougher. The V-line slide out safe gets a 5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. The simplex combo lock is not cheap all by itself, as you can see here. This is the best quick access lock you can find in the small gun safe category. No batteries, no electronics, just a proven mechanical lock that is going to work 100% when you need it to. The V-line safe gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, the safe is made in the USA. If your life is on the line, this is the safe you want. This is VaultTech's VE10 gun safe. Main features. This is VaultTech's budget line, but it's still a tough little safe. The VE10 features an automatic opening lid, includes a rechargeable battery that lasts up to 4 to 6 months, steel security cable for on-the-go securement, and pre-drilled mounting holes for permanent placement. Now a quick fitment guide. The VE10 is a compact safe, but has just enough space to put a full-size Glock 17 inside of it. It's a tight fit, but doable. And now onto my pry rating. This is VaultTech's most basic safe, and unlike other VaultTech models, only features one locking latch. The VE10 is made from 18 gauge progressively formed steel body, and I believe the VE10 is half a level above the Sentry Safe, as you can see here. That took 23 minutes with stage 3 pry tools to open. The VaultTech VE10 gets a 4.5 out of 5 pry rating. And now my quick access rating. The VE10 is a simple electronic safe, and I like that, less to go wrong. My personal VaultTech has been 100% reliable over 3 years, and I expect nothing less from any VaultTech safe. You can quickly open the VE10 with either number pad or good old-fashioned key. The VaultTech VE10 gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, for just over $150, this is one of the most reliable and toughest safes you can get. This is VaultTech's MXi multi-pistol smart safe. Main features. If you want a smart safe, this is the one. With Wi-Fi connectivity, you can view the safe data and receive instant alerts for safe activity right to your smartphone. Manage and monitor your safe remotely from your Wi-Fi app or online web dashboard. View battery levels, history log, interior temperature, plus humidity. Be alerted everywhere for tampering, impacts, or when the safe has been opened. Comes with a rechargeable lithium battery, modular interior lighting, high-density twin pistol rack, with storage up to 8 handguns. And now onto my pry rating. From the build of my VaultTech VS20i and my test of 10 safes in the small safe category, VaultTech makes a tough product. The VaultTech MXi is made from 14 gauge carbon steel progressively formed body and 12 gauge steel door, and features anti-pry bar and dual impact latches, as well as instant alerts through VaultTech's app. The VaultTech gets a 5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. There are a lot of ways to gain access into this safe. First is with the biometric fingerprint sensor, digital number pad, mechanical key, or from VaultTech's app, or with the Nano Smart button. The safe gets the award for the most ways in. My testing of my VS20i biometrics went well, with the average time to open in 1 second flat. It also passed my wet and powder test. The VaultTech MXi gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, the safe is pretty damn cool. Not cheap, but no one makes a better smart safe than VaultTech. This is the V-Line push-button rifle safe. Main features, all steel construction and one of the few safe brands made in the USA. The V-Line is the perfect size to accommodate AR-type rifles, and also one of the most reliable with its simplex push-button lock. Not just a great home safe, but also my go-to vehicle safe, as extreme cold or heat will not affect this safe with no batteries or electronics to worry about. And now onto my pry rating. This safe features 3 locks total, 2 barrel key-type locks, and the primary simplex lock near the middle. When the V-Line is locked down with all 3 locks, it's not going to be a good day for a pry attack. The V-Line gets a 5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. The safe gives you the option for a total lockdown with 3 locking points, or just leave the 2 barrel key locks in the open position, and only use the simplex push button lock for lightning fast quick access for defensive use. This V-Line safe is the best of both worlds. The V-Line gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, when you lock down your rifle, you need to know you can get it out. That's why small analog safes are the best for defensive use. This one happens to be tough as well. This is VaultTech's LifePod gun case. Main features. This is the original LifePod, as you can see here, with just enough space for a full-size Glock 22, but a better fit for the compact Glock 19 or 2 Micro 9s, as you see here. The LifePod features dual-side compression latches combined with an interior rubber gasket seals off the interior from environmental factors, making the LifePod airtight, dust-proof, and can even float in water. Also comes with a steel security cable for quick and easy securement. And now onto my pry rating. This is a portable gun case. All it needs is good basic pry protection, and you get that with VaultTech's anti-impact latch, as you see here. The LifePod is also drop tested. The VaultTech LifePod gets a 2.5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. From my personal use of VaultTech's products and years of testing, I have come to 100% trust their safes. Access is with either number pad or key backup. The safe is powered by a 9-volt battery that lasts up to a year of normal use. The VaultTech LifePod gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, if you need a trusted weatherproof portable gun case that will last and work when you need it to, there are none better than VaultTech. This is VaultTech's LifePod 2.0 biometric gun case. Main features: this is the best portable gun case you can buy. Access is with either water-resistant biometric fingerprint scanner or key backup. You can store a full-size handgun with accessories and features a removable interior tray for stackable storage. Also has an interior LED light and comes with a steel security cable for quick securement. The LifePod is weather-resistant, airtight, dust-proof, floats, and is TSA compliant. And now onto my pry rating. This is a portable gun case. All it needs is good basic pry protection, and you get that with VaultTech's anti-impact latch as you see here. The LifePod is also drop tested. The VaultTech LifePod gets a 2.5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. With my test on my VaultTech VS20i, the biometrics easily passed my wet and powder test. And after 3 years of owning my VaultTech, I trust this brand 100%. The VaultTech LifePod 2.0 gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought: if you need a trusted weatherproof on-the-go gun case that will last and work when you need it to, there are none better than this. This is VaultTech's Smart Station clock. Main features: hidden in plain sight is best, and there are none better than VaultTech Smart Station. This clock safe comes with 4 ways to enter: biometric number pad, smart app, or key. Features precision ball bearing twin rail system that automatically deploys the safe open quickly with a smooth and silent action and can fit pistols up to 9 inches. With the Bluetooth 2.0 app, you can manage and monitor safe activity from your smartphone, view history log, check for tampering, and customize safe settings. Top-mounted wireless phone charging, USB-C accessory charging ports, and with a sleek customizable LED display showing time, temperature, and humidity. LED interior light, and also comes with a steel security cable. And now onto my pry rating. VaultTechs are well built, and if you add stealth, it only gets better. But this safe still features VaultTech's signature anti-impact latch design and anti-pry construction. The VaultTech Smart Station gets a 4 out of 5 rating. Now my quick access rating. With my test of my VaultTech VS20i, it easily passed my wet and powder test. Also opened in a good 1 second flat with the biometrics, and is still going strong after 3 years. VaultTech makes great little safes that you can count on. The VaultTech Smart Station gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought: hiding in plain sight is best for a small gun safe, and this VaultTech makes the perfect bedside safe. This is Viking's multi-pistol safe. Main features: one of the toughest 3-level safes you can buy. Viking features the simplex push-button lock. This is my go-to quick access lock, as you can see here on my Fort Knox. Thick anti-pry 5mm steel laser cut door, fully carpeted interior with LED light, 40mm deadbolt, pre-drilled mounting holes for permanent placement. Now onto my pry rating. With the laser cut door and 40mm deadbolt, I personally would not even try to pry into the safe. I would need an angle grinder and some time for the safe. For the price and class of the safe, these are little tanks. The Viking safe gets a 5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. The simplex lock is made in the USA, is not cheap by itself. They are easy to reprogram and even easier to use. This push button lock simply can't be beat for reliable access. The Viking safe gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought: the safe is huge, and you're not going to find a bigger, tougher safe for the money. If you need a bigger safe, this is it. This is Viking's Biometric Safe Locker. Main features: 3 ways to enter. First is with the FBI certified biometric sensor, number pad, or mechanical key. Super quick access with its automatic opening door. Foam interior keeps pistols fully secure and protected. Comes with a built-in LED interior light and battery level indicator. And now onto my pry rating. These lockers are made for quick, reliable access, more so than a pry resistant safe as you see here with my Fort Knox. And from my test of other small brands like the R.I.P I tested here, the R.I.P didn't put up much of a fight. With just one small locking latch, the Viking gets a 1 out of 5 pry rating. We'll keep the kids out, and that's what it was made for. Now my quick access rating. This is a 100% pistol dispenser, so it needs to work 100% of the time. I have extensively tested this biometric sensor, and it has passed all my tests. Was also the hardest to biohack out of all other brands of biometric safes tested. There is also a number pad and key backup as well. The Viking safe gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought: Viking makes great safes. They are one of the best budget brands. This is the VaultTech VE20 gun safe. Main features: for the money, the VE20 is the best VaultTech model you can buy. You get all the toughness and build quality of the VS20i, but without the added cost of the biometrics or smart features. Made from 16-gauge carbon steel construction, features automatic opening lid, includes a rechargeable battery, interior light, and a steel security cable for on-the-go securement, and has 2 pre-drilled holes for permanent placement. And now onto my pry rating. With VaultTech's progressively formed steel body and with 2 locking latches with anti-pry design, as you can see here. And if this Sentry Safe with 1 locking latch took me 23 minutes to pry into with level 3 tools, I can only imagine the problems this VaultTech would give you. The VaultTech VE20 gets a 5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. The VE20 has 2 ways to enter: number pad or good old-fashioned key. My personal VaultTech has been 100% reliable after 3 years of hard tests. This is a brand I trust. The VE20 gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought: compared to other brands in this price range, I would take the VE20 every time. This is V-Line's single pistol portable safe. Main features: this is my standard for 100% reliable quick access, and that is with a mechanical simplex push button lock, and as you can see here, is lightning fast to open. This compact V-Line safe is made to accommodate a steel tether cord to easily secure in vehicle or solid object. This is the perfect travel safe, and here is a quick fitment guide. Let's do a quick fitment guide to see what you can get in this tiny little portable V-Line. This is a Glock 21. This is a full-size pistol, as you'll see with this 1911 airsoft gun. Just about as big, even girthier than that. As you'll see, fits in there just fine. You can even throw a little LCP in there, or maybe a few magazines. So there's plenty of space in this little V-Line. And now onto my prior rating. I like V-Line's clamshell designs, but with this travel model, which you cannot permanently bolt down, does allow for less pry protection, as you can see here, with only 16 gauge steel construction and this brass bolt for protection. The V-Line gets a 3 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. With no batteries or electronics to worry about, and even better, no lock to pick open, take that lock picking perverts, these push button mechanical locks simply can't be beat. If you need a small safe for extreme cold or heat, you can't find a better safe. The V-Line gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, I've had my V-Line safe for over a couple years now, and after spending $8,000 on a small gun safes, which ones do I believe will still be working after 10 years? This little V-Line would be one of those safes. This is Viking Security's push button safe. Main features: no keys, no batteries to worry about, and the best mechanical push button lock for reliable quick access. This simplex lock is not cheap all by itself, as you can see here. With Viking, you also get interior LED light and a gas assisted strut to help lift and lower that heavy steel lid. The Viking safe comes with a quick securement steel cable, but also has 4 pre-drilled holes for permanent placement. And now onto my pry rating. The Viking safe is built tough with a 5mm steel door. As you can see here with my Fort Knox, they share a similar design, making them pretty much pry proof in my testing. And even if I could get a bite from my pry tools, you still have a 40mm deadbolt to contend with. This is a 23-pound tank of a small safe. The Viking safe gets a 5 out of 5 pry rating. Now onto my quick access rating. The simplex locks are easy to reprogram and even easier to use. This is the lock I use for my personal quick access gun safe. This push button lock simply can't be beat. The Viking safe gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, I spent over $8,000 on small gun safes, and what did I learn? Just buy a Viking safe, I could have saved a lot of money. I know it looks like I rate everything highly, but I really did spend $8,000 on these small safes, all put on my credit cards, and then I get no views on YouTube. Alright, enough about my suffering, so let's start with the curious case of the Bill Conch. This locker would lock down in place with your right hand, as you can see here, but with only one small tap in the middle of the lid, it would open all by itself. I even thought it might have been possessed by Satan, but that actually turned out not to be the case. You have to press down in the middle of the lid to lock the lid down, as there are 2 locking latches with this locker. And trust me, that's one deadly design. Now onto the pry test. The Bill Conch was tougher than I thought it would be with this sheet metal build. And as you can see here, the 2 locking latches broke off into the body, but they did detach from the sheet metal lid. The Bill Conch got a 2.5 out of 5 pry rating. Now here is the RPMB lockbox, with only one tiny locking latch, as you can see here. By the way, if you ever see this tiny locking latch design, it's probably not going to be a tough locker. Anyway, here is the full pry test. And there you go, 8 seconds to pry open. The RPMB got a 1 out of 5 pry rating. This list is not in order because I wanted to show this Sifely lockbox, as it has a similar latch design as the RPMB. It was a little tougher and took 1 minute and 8 seconds to stage 1 pry tools. The Sifely got a 2 out of 5 pry rating. And here is the RPMB single pistol locker. Side note, this locker would drain its batteries as it sat. This is not good and was the only locker to have battery drain issues. And here is the full pry test. And that's another 1 out of 5 pry rating for RPMB. Let's move up half a rating from the RPMB with the Onias. The Onias looks just like the Ananus. I'm just going to call it the Anus from now on. They do look the same, but they are not 100% the same. And here is the Anus test, starting with stage 1. So let's see how fast we can get in here. The anus just popped open in 13 seconds with stage 1 pry tools. And here is the Onias test. so that one took 35 seconds and actually bent the lid. The Onias earned a 1.5 out of 5 pry rating, and here is the only cheap brand that stood out, even though it was recalled for its biometrics. But I do believe Awesafe has fixed the biometric issues as of now. I really thought I was going to get in fast and easy with this under $100 safe, but as you can see here, it does have a nice size single locking latch. And to my surprise, took 3 minutes and 82 seconds with level 3 pry tools. And so there is my 3 out of 5 pry rating. Now we move to a stage 4 rating, the Sentry Safe. You will need to go to my channel and find the full test, because it took 23 minutes and 47 seconds with stage 3 pry tools. That was not fun or easy, trust me. So what is a stage 5 rating? Pretty much means pry attacks aren't going to work. Here is my Knox PB1. The design alone prevents any possibility to pry into, as you can see here. Stage 5 is pretty much angled grinder territory. And there you go, my 1 out of 5 pry rating system. Until next time, see you then.